Welcome to your Farm and Home Show. My name is Joanna Coles, and today we're visiting with Brandalyn Reddick. She's the Warren County Extension Agent for Family and Consumer Sciences. Well, today we're going to talk about packing lunches. And sometimes, some kids don't enjoy school lunch, or maybe they just like to take their lunch to school. And you have some tips for us today on how to pack that lunch.
Exactly. So first and foremost, balance is key. So we want lunches that are colorful and have a good mix. So you want a mix of protein, you want a mix of carbohydrates, and variety will help fuel their bodies, their minds, and keep them energized for the day.
Yeah, and a lot of times I think parents are busy, they're trying to get to work themselves. Do you have some examples or some tips on maybe how to choose your proteins and how to choose your carbohydrates?
Proteins are key for children. It helps keep them satisfied throughout the day. Some examples for proteins would be things like hard-boiled eggs or beans, turkey, chicken, nut butter, yogurt, cottage cheese. Colorful carbohydrates are essential. They're very important for packing a healthy lunch. Some examples of this would be like fruits and vegetables. These are a colorful way to add things to your lunchbox. They give kids energy, and they also add flavor. Some other examples would be oats, brown rice, quinoa, whole grains, pasta, bread. And these high fibers will give them the energy that they need to sustain the rest of the day. They will also help them feel more full. Protein does the same thing. And then we want to make sure that we add some flavorful fats. If a child has vegetables in their lunchbox, you can add things like dressings to help them dip, and that adds more flavor. And sometimes kids always love dipping, whether it's ketchup and dressings.
Ranch.
Exactly, ranch. So dipping helps add that flavor as well. And then make sure that you help include your child in the process of packing their lunch, because if they are included in packing, then they're more apt to like and enjoy what they're eating. So.
Absolutely. And I think it gives them some ownership of it, and it's also teaching good habits. Like if you're packing that lunch the night before to kind of get ready for the next day.
Yes.
It's good family time that you can spend together. You're teaching them about a balanced lunch and what goes into that. And then maybe, if you put a little sweet note, or maybe even just, you didn't mention anything sweet, but maybe a little piece of chocolate.
Yes.
Might be helpful, right?
Yes. Yeah. I like to do that with my kids. Add a little surprise, a little note, something that when they open it up, it gives them a little surprise. But include your kids in the process. Maybe lay out some choices, a little checklist, and in giving those choices, it helps them feel empowered in what they're doing in the process.
Yeah, and they're learning.
Yes.
And so, but if we have parents at home and they're like, this seems overwhelming to me, I don't even know how to fix quinoa, what are some sources that they might be able to seek out to find maybe some inspiration or more information?
Some great resources are the myplate.gov website you can go to that helps them understand or know healthy recipes, what a healthy plate should look like, and then the Plan Eat Move website. It's planeatmove.com, and we also have an app for that. Plan Eat Move can show you recipes. It can show you how to shop for healthy recipes, how to plan your grocery shopping on a budget. There's lots of great resources on that website, and there's also an app for it.
Yeah, and you mentioned the USDA website, which I think is really important because depending on the age of your child, depending on the structure of your child, all those different things, it could be the calorie intake can be a little bit different, and so it's important to modify that, right?
Correct. Yes, it gives lots of resources for different ages, and you can kind of plug that in and play around with it.
Yeah, so I think all that information is good information to have, and thanks, Brandalyn, for the inspiration. We appreciate you watching the Farm and Home Show, and we hope you have a great day.